Yesterday, I had this great opportunity to speak in a conference organized by FVTRS, or Functional Vocational Training and Research Society. And it really was all about skilling youth for progress. And the topic that I chose to speak on was innovative skilling for progress and success. It was taken pretty well. So I thought, well, why not share my ideas on skilling in today's ecosystem with you today. I was born in the middle of last century. Wow, that seems to be a very, very long time ago. At 64, I am actually walking planet Earth on my 7th decade. Now, why I'm telling you this? I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. Because people who have lived in my era have witnessed invention and innovation like no other one will ever witness in their own lifetimes. Imagine this. I was born to a gramophone, and now I'm in continuance with an iPhone. What is a gramophone? For those who don't know, just a black box, turntable, spins at 78 rounds per minute, has an RPM, 78 RPM record on it. It has a stylus, which a handle, which is like a snake. It's put onto it. There's a trumpet above it, and that's music. That was what I was born to. And then unprecedented inventions started happening post that. Radio, turntable, automatic changing turntables, the cassette player, the CD player, today's Wi-Fi music. We had manual typewriters, which finally turned into electronic typewriters, and then into computers. We had Star Wars movies, and suddenly we launch into rockets that land on the moon, taking people there. We see satellites hovering all across. Those were amazing inventions. And yet, upon a time came when those inventions ended. After how much can you invent? And that's when the era of innovations stepped in. And we have been innovating since then. From the rotary dial phone to the push button to your mobile phone. For some oddball reason, I have no idea why it's still called the mobile phone, because it is no more a mobile phone. It's a complete office. It's got my PowerPoints in it, it's got my notes in it, it's got a camera, it's got a video. It takes quick pictures, quick videos of things I want to remember, talk about. It's got a memory system, it's got a recording system. Oh my God, it's got almost everything that once existed on the table in my office. So if this is the era of innovation, we need to start looking at reskilling and upskilling and the kind of modules that exist in this particular sphere of education. I think in the past, when inventions were happening, well, there was a lot of time gaps from one invention to the other, for the simple reason that, well, it takes time to invent. You just can't invent overnight, right? And therefore, upskilling modules were important because it was task-oriented. It had a paradigm of what all is required to do what you're doing, as a professional, as a businessman, as a manufacturer, as what have you. But now, in this era of innovation, innovations can happen overnight. It's all about the mindset. What is innovation? Innovation is equal to experience plus passion. And even till date, I notice all upskilling modules, anything to do with education in this particular sphere, is still deeply task oriented. It is still deeply syllabus oriented. It is still deeply technical oriented. It still does not have those elements of importance which ignite innovation. And that is the way I would love all educators who are into this sphere, into this space, to actually start looking at bringing in an element of how to innovate on whatever you're doing. Ultimately, let's face it, this is an era of innovation. This is an era where there's no more inventing happening. And let me also tell you, innovation is not a no-brainer. It requires a lot of systems, it requires a lot of thinking, it requires a lot of experience to innovate. And I advise every edupreneur, so to speak, who's involved in upskilling our generation today to actually look at including humongous amount of modules on how to innovate, because that is what is today's requirement. So this is Anand Nair signing off. Thank you so much for watching my episode, The Musings of an Old Maverick. Thank you so much for walking into the archives of my life. See you soon. Very, very soon.